it all the way over?
Oh my God, they got the goalpost.
About 2 games before the league title match was, I think, our turning point where the guys started to rally together and kind of realized like we need to win the last 3 games of the year. If we didn't win the Big West Conference, we weren't going to even advance the NCAA tournament.
Tim called everybody in and he said that that was going to be your senior night, so seniors, you can play this last game, and then he's going to go with some young guys and get ready for the next year. And so I think it was at that point that it really started to set in, at least for the older guys, that, you know, we were wasting away a season. We went down to Cal Poly, and pretty much from then on it was kind of a snowball effect. You know, we got better and better each game, tougher to play against, and there was one point there where we just knew, you know, nothing was going to stop us.
We had never come back from being behind, which is not a sign of a resilient team. And sure enough, on that first playoff game, we got scored on at the beginning of the second half and fell behind 1-0. We found a way to get a tying goal, and then within 5 minutes later, we got the go-ahead goal. And I really felt like with that game and that moment, that second half, it kind of dumped a lot of the demons that we had over the first 12, 13 games. And I think that was the moment that we actually started to believe that, you know, we could actually make a run here.
That sent us on the road to play the #2 seed SMU, and it was a difficult game, but there was something about that team that, you know, we were not going to be stopped. Scored the first goal, they came back, scored another one, then scored another one. It was a very, very good game. 13,000 fans show up for that game. Tyler Roseland, who's playing center mid, scored the first goal, and he was running back, and he called that he was going to score a hat trick. So 2 goals later, sure enough, he had done it. It was actually pretty remarkable because nobody does that. Nobody scores their first goal and goes, oh, I'm going to go get 2 more.
Half of our boosters were stuck. The ESPN news crew couldn't even get in, and they ended up pushing our game back. So we ended up playing on Saturday.
Where it definitely felt like Wake Forest maybe had a little bit more of the quality team. I think our players believed, hey, we got them where we want them now. You know, this was their game to win. They didn't get it done.
2 overtimes later and penalty kicks, we won. That was probably the toughest game, I think, in the whole run, just because, in my opinion, Wake Forest was the best team we had played that year.
You know, UCLA, we knew kind of was just going to feel like they were just going to walk all over us because, you know, they had rested an extra 12 hours.
What I did know was, you know, what worked and what didn't work against UCLA, a game that we had played probably 2 months earlier.
We were clearly the dominant team, and I mean, there was not even any question who was the best team on the field.
I think we won the national championship game in the first 15 minutes. Because of the way we approached it and got after him, and Nick Pereira got ourselves a goal early, and we could have gotten 2 or 3. So UCLA was fighting kind of from behind the whole game.
And you could see the looks on the UCLA players' faces when we scored an early goal, like this isn't supposed to be happening. We're not supposed to be losing to Santa Barbara.
With like 30 seconds left, I remember Tino taking a ball down to the corner, you know, and they kind of closed him down, and there was 10 seconds left, and he kind of lifted the ball up, started juggling, and at that point, it kind of sunk in that we had just won.
It's one of those things that you kind of dream about, and so, you know, the clock ticks down, and you know, everyone starts running around celebrating. And I don't think it hits you until later on. You get back to the hotel and you kind of just sitting thinking, you know, like, what did we just do?
Neil Jones, who was a player when I was a student, was now a coach, came up to me, gave me a high five, and he opens up his cell phone to show me something, and shows me this picture on his phone, a soccer goal on a beach in the ocean. And I don't even put the two and two together. He's like, the students, they broke into the stadium. They stole the goal. And I think it was that moment where my wife and I and our other friends and fans that were out there looked at each other and it really kind of hit us what a big deal it was back at home that they had did it.
It was an unbelievable experience and a great group to coach. I give a lot of credit to our captains and our seniors that year because they not only turned the season around, but found a way to literally will the team to win.